why would you go to a man's house knowing he likes you without wanting to have sex with him? So you know this man wants to have sex with you. So you go in knowing that this person likes you, he would likely want to have sex with you. And so, and Atala mentioned that for her, that's like a 50% consent. And that was where I was like, no, we can't say that, right? And so let's start from that premise downwards. So in a situation like that, as you said, there's nothing like a fraction of consent, like 10% consent, 50% no. Consent is either all in, like 100%, or not consent at all.
It's a straight yes or no.
Exactly. Now the scenario. Going to a man's house doesn't necessarily have to translate to sex, right?
True.
He could be a married man. He could be a single man.
No, this is not, I mean, with what I just said. I didn't say his household.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, anywhere, even a trip, right? Spending time together privately with a man you know likes you doesn't automatically translate to sex.
Okay.
Right? Maybe I like him too, and I'm going because I like him, and I want to get to know him. I want to spend time with him to get to know him. So
You know the name, you know the face. It's still DJ K, and you're welcome to the Get Down. Now, today, this is the story of the day. This is what we're talking about.
Spending time together privately with a man you know likes you doesn't automatically translate to sex.
Okay.
Right? Maybe I like him too, and I'm going because I like him, and I want to get to know him. I want to spend time with him to get to know him. So we are getting to know each other. We don't have to have sex to know each other.
True.
So that's a thing, right? And so if I come to your house or go on a trip with you, understanding that you like me and I also like you and we want to get to know each other, that's not me automatically giving you access to my body.
True.
So you don't get to claim access because I consented to being in the same space with you.
True.
Right? And the argument, and I like that you mentioned that, he spends money and he also has to get something.
Not that he has to get something, but he
like
made his
to get what he
intentions
wants.
clear from the onset. Because usually for some of these things, like, so for instance, there's a trip. You're going, he's booking one room. You both are sleeping on the bed, on that bed together. And he's made it clear that this is what I want. And that is where my argument comes in that, but if I don't think I'm ready for that kind of thing, I won't even go in the first place.
Exactly.
Okay, are we operating on the premise that he said, we are going on this trip to have sex? And then the lady said...
He may not have said it
expressly.
But again, we don't work with just words. Our body language speaks a lot. This is a man that's probably rubbing his hand around your thigh every chance he gets. So obviously he hasn't hidden the fact that he would want to get more if given the opportunity. So these things, he doesn't have to say it like, all the way out there.
Okay.
But if you're a grown person, you've been around men before, you can tell that this is what it is. And one of my arguments was that, but I don't like the fact that anybody will put themselves in a position where they have to fight for their right to say no, or to say I don't want this or whatever. Because when you put yourself in a place where it's dominant for the other person, right? If it is your house, or if you have paid to take me somewhere, it is your space. I may not be able to control how you behave.
True.
But we don't have to look at it as the person's space, though. So, again, let's operate on the premise you narrated now, that, okay, I know he's made it clear that he wants me, and maybe I want him too. And so I want to spend time with him. Now, if we say that you're putting yourself in a position where you have to fight for your safety, we are saying that, okay, this person I'm traveling with has no self-control. This person has the mind of a child. This person cannot regulate their emotions. This person feels that because he's paying for a hotel room to spend time with him, he automatically has access to my body. And this isn't just for women, right? And that's why I really, really wanted to comment on that, because when you push this narrative, you are telling men that if they invite a woman into their private space and she comes, they're entitled to her body.
I'll start by saying this. How can you tell me this story? Okay, how in the world do you want to tell me this story for me to buy this? This scenario, you are going to fire. They've told you, say fire burns. Then you walk straight into it and then the fire burns you. And then you say, I didn't give the consent for the fire to burn me. Nigga, what were you thinking? Bro. What were you thinking? How do you even think? How do you even, put the thoughts together? How do you walk into fire knowing that the fire is going to burn you and then you come back and say, I didn't give consent to the fire to burn me, so I shouldn't have gone. Like, the fact that I went in, it doesn't mean it should burn me. I wouldn't blame her. Now, these feminists, they want to make us feel as if this world is different. And we are living, we don't know what we know. But you can clearly see in the video that she's speaking out of naivety. I don't know if it's a word. Yeah, it's a word. She's speaking out of naivety. She doesn't know what she's talking about. You can't tell me this story. Okay? That you are in communication, constant communication with a guy who has made his intentions clear, that he wants you in this regard. And then he has told you that I want to book us a flight or something. I'm reserving a place for us to go on a trip. Let's go. And then I'm reserving a room for us. One room for us. Yeah, call one room, okay? To spend time there. And then what for back? What for Ghana must go now there swap. Then you follow him to the place. And then you go and you tell me that you didn't consent to it. You just wanted to spend time with the person to know for the fact that you like the person, so you want to spend time with the person to know how the person is. If you want to spend time with the person, why didn't you tell the person that, yo, man, I just want to spend time with you. It's not like anything sexual. So let's spend time. Let's probably go to a restaurant. Let's talk. Yankasa. You walk into the person and say to the person's house, or you go on the trip with the person and come and tell me that is no consent. Sister, are you that naive to even think that way? Are you that naive to even think that way? Oh, come on. Sometimes, for the mere fact that we want to back something doesn't mean we should just talk anything just to back whatever we want to back. We understand you're a feminist, you want to push the feminism agenda, but just try to listen to yourself sometimes when you talk, okay? Just listen to yourself sometimes when you say certain things you are saying. Think well before you say them. You can't be that naive to go to a man's house, somebody who is giving you or showing you clear signs that onyawa. If the person gets you, he would have his way with you. Now we live in a world that people don't even censor words. They just say them as it is. And before even a guy will even make you come to the house, there's been conversations you guys probably would have before you even step foot in his house. So you walk into the person's house knowing that the person has been talking to you time without number all the time. He's talking to you that if he has the chance, he would sleep with you. You go to him and then you tell me that it is no consent. I came to the house to spend time with you. How can you tell me this story, Aula? Edion, it's so hard. It's so hard to understand some people, how they even think. There are places, if you want to meet somebody, spend time with them and talk. You have a park. Go and stand on a park, chat. There's KFC. There are places you go. There are places you can go and sit. Maybe a pub, a cozy place. You can chat. Spend time with the person, talk to the person. Not in a closed area. The fact that you go to somebody's house, I mean, it's clear. The fact that you go to somebody's house to visit them, to spend time with them, doesn't give them the right to have sex or to have intimacy, to force themselves on you. That is true. But you shouldn't be naive to think that there's no possibility for that to happen. And then there's no way of you giving a consent to it happening. If you're not comfortable to spend time with somebody in a closed space, let the person know. Let's go to a park. Let's go to a cozy place. There's a walkway somewhere, a less busy place, sorry. There's a less busy place, we can chat, we can walk on the road, we talk, we can go to a place, sit down over a few drinks, let's talk, let's spend time together. There are a million ways of spending time together other than spending time in a room with somebody or going on a trip with somebody. And as if somebody is booking a trip for you to go to maybe the Bahamas, to go to South Africa, to go wherever, to go to Dubai, no booking a hotel, the same suite, no wakwakushim. Omoka eungu. The fact that I'm not saying that obibo hoka means it gives them the right, but waboka no wakasa, na kwa china waka say is no consent. We oko hoko yede. I like this that Baroni said some time ago. I think was it this month or last month or so. She said something like this: if you say a guy is not your type, if it's not directly like into this, but if you say a guy is not your type, his money shouldn't be your type. If you feel you don't want him, don't go on a trip with him. Don't let him spend money on you. No, if I won't come to you, then you come and tell me that. You come and tell me the story that and the fact that I'm going on a trip with you, the fact that I'm sleeping on the same bed with you I don't give you a consent. Why the hell are you going to stay in the same room with a man who has made his intentions clear that if he has the chance, he is going to lay you? Why the hell will you want to spend time with somebody in the same room, on the same bed, and come here and tell me that it is no form of consent? So then you act like a baby, and then you would want to put your hands in fire, and then knowing clearly that this fire is going to burn you, and tell me that it is no form of consent. Wala na, you need your mind to be reset. What's the past? I forget. I was here reset to that's all I would say. But the question I hold on to is Okoho Ekoye. Don't come and tell me the story again. Don't tell me the story. Don't be this naive. Ladies, don't be following all these feminists and then find your mechi, and don't be listening to them, and then don't let them pollute your mind into doing certain things that are going to put you in tight corners and going to put you into trouble with guys, and then you come back and you come and suffer for it. Don't be doing that. This has been the time here on the Get Down with your boy DJ K. The name hasn't changed, the face hasn't changed, it's still the same DJ K. Now, if you love this video and you want more of this video, subscribe if you are new here, and then hit on the notification bell so that anytime I post out a video, you'll be alerted to come watch. And then also remember to follow us on the various social media platforms at DJ K Studios on TikTok, Instagram, and then on Twitter. Remember to like this video first of all and share for others to also see this. Now let me know what your thoughts. Let me know what you think down below in the comment section. Now until next time, it's DJ K. Makramo. Pursue, overtake, and recover. Makramo. Stay true to yourself. Don't let nobody lie to you. Be real. Stay true. Drink. Use your gumptions. Use the 69. Check.